Welcome to the Code with Jason meetup. Today we'll be working on SaturnCI some more, CI platform that I'm building. Let me check my notes here and see where we left off. Okay, so as a reminder, I wrote to myself to do next, SSH into a job machine, run the test suite, and tail temp test output.txt and see what happens. Um, okay, and I think there's some context missing here. I believe it's crazy how quickly I forget these things, but we were working on getting the test output working, but it's not coming through correctly.
Yep.
Um,
And you
yeah,
wanted it in two tabs if possible, remember? That is another thing that yeah.
yeah, that too. Um, but even before that, okay, so I'm gonna open an older one. There's supposed to be quite a bit of output here, but then for whatever reason, I'll find like the first one. Yeah, there's like only this much output. A lot of it's not coming through for some reason. So we got to see what's up with that. And the idea that I apparently had last time was SSH into a job machine and tail this. Okay.
Uh, by the way, you are not sharing your screen yet.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. I know what it is.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to go to an older one. This is the kind of output that we're supposed to be seeing. As you can see, there's a certain amount there, but then we're actually getting this, just like a really small amount. I don't know why. So my note here is SSH into a job machine, run the test suite, tail this, and see what's there. So let's do that. I will restart one of these test runs. And then shortly I should be able to SSH into this machine to see what's going on. Okay, apparently the machine is not ready yet. Let's try again. There we go. Okay. Now I got to make sure I'm in the right place. Looks like maybe it has not cloned the repo yet. I'll check the events. Yeah. So job one isn't even saying the job machine's ready yet, which is funny because it obviously is ready. Hmm. This one already got to the repository clone step, but not job one. There we go. Okay, now if I do ls, hmm, there's still nothing there. Um, where am I supposed to be? Let me see. Oh, oh yeah, user dir slash project. Okay. Excuse me. And I am root. Okay. There's supposed to be a project folder, but there's like not. Okay, stuff is happening. But what is the stuff that's happening? Can't tell yet. Okay. So I'm going to look for the clone step in this log. Hey, Steven. Okay. Not finding clone in the log. I am confused.
You know what? I think we need a few more print statements, right?
Yeah, well, we already do have the event that says the repository cloned, and it's supposed to have some output to here.
Hmm.
Because if we look at the script,
I- Is there a way of checking whether that process is running? I
um,
know the log says that, and on the display, yes, but maybe a PS or something like that.
yeah, sorry, which process?
When you said it has been cloned, and the way the jobs are running, as it showed on the on your in your browser, web
Mm-hmm.
browser that is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was trying to verify whether that output is accurate, whether the things are actually there running.
Yeah. Well, the thing that confuses me,
Hmm.
the artifact that would be left is not a running process, but the presence of a certain folder. And that,
Okay, okay. Hmm.
yeah, and that folder is not there, which confuses me. Um, but okay, now this machine must be dead because I'm not getting any response. Um, okay. Just out of curiosity, I'm looking at the test output. It still looks wrong. All right, so I'm going to rerun this. By the way, Steven, thanks for signing up for Nonsense Monthly. I saw your subscription come
Oh,
through. Yeah, I'll
uh,
be I'll be sending June's issue soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Did you already verify the tests when by SSHing into like one of the machines? I think that's where we left off at the last meetup.
Good question. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm having some trouble. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this job. Okay. And then I'm gonna check and see where it's at in the process. Okay, it says that the repo has been cloned. Okay, and I don't see it. I grepped for the wrong thing last time. I searched for clone with a lowercase c. It needs to be cloning with an uppercase C. Um, okay, yeah, and it is there. Oh, cloning into home Ubuntu project. Okay, I was looking in the wrong place. Wonderful. Okay. Um, so what's in the temp folder? Okay, there's no test related stuff there, probably because the test suite has not started yet. Okay, what comes after prescript started? Prescript finished and then test suite started. Okay. There's quite a bit of time in between prescript started and test suite started, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Oh, test suite started now. Okay. So now, yeah, inside of here is test output.txt. Oh, whoops. Oh no, it's frozen. Because the test suite is now finished. Okay, there's like a small window of time there. It would be nice if I could somehow get it to pause before it starts the test suite. I will do this. I'll change the job script so it doesn't delete the machine at the end. Okay. I should have started one a second ago, but I'll start a new run. Okay. And now it'll run the test suite, but then I'll have an opportunity after that to run the test suite again manually, and I can look at the output logs. So we will have to wait a little bit. While we're waiting, Steven, did you have a favorite memory from RailsConf?
Um, nothing like nothing like explicit, more just like the people that I met over there.
Mm-hmm. Did you meet a lot of
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It was nice to see old friends and meet new people. Have you been to many conferences before?
That was actually my second conference ever, and my first one was RubyConf in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I like the community enough to, do the trek to Detroit,
Yeah, and where are you located?
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember that now. Yeah, the one in San Diego, what was that? Last year or when was
it
that?
was in November, I
Okay,
believe. Yeah.
of 2023. Mentioning the year for the sake of people watching this YouTube video in the future.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Um, yeah, RailsConf was fun. And then I have a ticket for Rails World. Are you planning to go to that?
Uh, no, I missed out on getting the tickets. It sold out very quickly.
Yeah, those tickets are hard to get.
Mm.
Okay, we're almost to the point where the test suite is gonna start here.
I
I
will
guess
be
I might.
going to RubyConf in Chicago, though, if you are.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm planning to go also. Tickets are not on sale yet, though, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah. I think I asked you, Sanjit, are you planning to go to any conferences anytime soon?
No, not this year.
Yeah.
Not in the, yeah.
Okay, so I'm into the job. Home Ubuntu project. Okay, so we do have the test output. Um, okay. Yeah, and it's already done. If I refresh this. Okay. It's done, but the platform apparently doesn't know about it yet. Um, I'm just gonna open the test output file. Oh, it's a little bit hard to read. What if instead I just cat it? Yeah, okay. It looks like it's all here. Um, I'm just eyeballing it, but it looks like it's all there. And if we go to here, it does say it's done now. Yeah, clearly it's not all here. So the entirety of what is in here is supposed to be making it to here, and clearly it's not. Oh, and this is interesting. Oh, weird. Okay, hang on a second. So when I run that SaturnCI jobs command, it apparently doesn't show them to me in the same order that it shows them here
Are they
because
using the same file?
um when you say they, what do you mean?
The two jobs, are they outputting to the same like test output.txt?
They're not. They each have their own. Yeah. Um yeah, so I SSH'd into the first one in the list, but the first one in the list was actually job 2. I'm realizing that now because I see 59 examples here, but this is just 39 examples. And then this one says 59 examples. But still, this is not complete. See, at the very top here, it starts with returns running, and that's obviously like not what it really starts with. It starts with application helper stuff, looking for returns running. Yeah, returns running is way down here. And there's all this stuff above that. Okay, well, this gives us some helpful diagnostic information. The problem is not anything to do with the test output file, which is not surprising. Um, the problem is either with how we send it or how we save it. So let's see. We can make an assumption about whether the issue is with how we send it or how we save it, or we can do a test to see which one it is. But I'm going to assume for the moment that the problem is with how we send it. So we have the stream logs method here. And if the problem is in fact with how we send the file, then there's something wrong with this code. But I do kind of feel like I want to be sure. Let me think of some tests we could perform to check. Well, I guess we were kind of doing that last time because we were inserting some markers here. Yeah, and we were having instances where it was sending just a very small amount of stuff. Okay. And I wish I could write some automated tests for this shell script. And I guess in theory I could, but that's not really something that's very supported. There's not really like good tools to do that. Um, and just in the spirit of open-mindedness, like I could say screw bash and like we could we could do this in Ruby instead, although I'm not sure how that would go. Um, what I like about the way it's working now is that there's just this one shell script. And if we have a shell script and like a Ruby agent that runs on this machine, then that adds some complexity. But maybe the added complexity is worth it. I'm not sure. Hmm. Okay. So let's think about this, I guess. First, we have this last line set to 100. And then we do head for the first 100 lines. And then we do a loop where we get the length of the log file. New last line. I feel like we should rename this to current number of lines in log file. Kind of a mouthful, but I think it's a little clearer. Okay, if the current number of lines in the log file is greater than the last line, this might be a problem right off the bat here. Okay, let's imagine that the log file is blank when we first start. So we're saying last line is 100, but then the log file is blank. So the current number of lines in the log file, I guess, would be 0. Okay, so then if the current number of lines in the log file is greater than the last line, then we do this stuff. All right, so it would just skip it. I guess that's fine. All right, but if it's more than last line, um, last line is not a great name either. Maybe it's okay. I can't think of something better right now. Okay. And we're saying content equals, we're getting last line plus 1. So the first time it runs, the last line starts at 100, so this would be 101. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think this logic is flawed. So let's imagine the log file starts off blank. Starts off blank, and then sometime later, it's 110 lines. So last line is 100. This value is going to be 101. Current number of lines in log file is going to be 110. And so I think this, I don't understand this sed command, but I think what it's going to do is grab lines 101 to 110, which is obviously not right. Hmm. What if instead we set last line to 0 and we don't even do this? Let's give that a try. Okay. So I'm going to do something both so I don't forget, so I don't confuse myself. All right, I'm going to get this started. I'm going to go into DigitalOcean. These droplets aren't being automatically deleted anymore, so I want to manually delete them. I don't know why this is being so slow. Okay. Job machine is ready, meaning I should be able to SSH in. Okay. And just so I don't confuse myself, job 1 is F3BE. It's actually the second one in the list. Okay. Home Ubuntu project. Okay. Let's see how the system logs are doing. Let's see if this looks right or not. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's not obviously wrong. Okay, the test suite has not started yet on job 1. I guess we can look at the test output because the job 2 is giving us some stuff. Okay, there's quite a bit more stuff there than there was before. That's promising. Okay, and looks like we're starting to get output here. Yep, that test suite started. Okay. Again, I don't know if it's right, but it's not obviously wrong. Okay, it's not quite finished yet. Job 2 is, but not job 1. Okay. Yeah, this looks right. So good. We made the code both simpler and more correct. So that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to bring back this step where it deletes the job machine. Oh, and I guess I'll get rid of my reminder comment there. Okay. Stream logs. I'm going to say fix bug in stream logs. Okay. And I think I'm ready to merge this branch. Let's go to GitHub and create a pull request just so I can see everything that has changed. Okay, so we modified this controller, fixed this bug in log streaming. We also made it so the stream logs function takes some arguments. Added test output streaming here. Modified a test. Okay, no surprises there. So assuming this passes, and I'll be very surprised if it doesn't, then we should be ready to merge. By the way, I've noticed something else just now. The test suite takes longer to run now than it used to. Looking at some of these older ones, 2 minutes, 24 seconds, 2 minutes, 39 seconds. But
It's only the
now,
logging that has been changed, isn't it? We haven't changed anything functionally, right?
that's right.
Okay.
But I'm hesitant to conclude that it's the logging because that
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
very unlikely. There is some amount of random variation. Um, on the 15th, this one took 4 minutes, but then also on the 15th, one took 2 minutes and 48 seconds. That's quite a bit of difference when presumably not a lot had changed. But I'm not sure that I want to turn my attention to that issue because we're still not really done with the logging behaviors that we wanted to add. But I'm making a mental note. Okay, so this is kind of nice. I can sit here and manually refresh and see the test output. This is kind of like a preview of our future where this test output will stream without us having to refresh. Also, by the way, why is job 2 not doing anything yet? It's just a little behind, I guess. Oh, and this is very strange. Oh, these events are appearing out of order. That's weird. The test suite finished before the prescript finished, apparently. That's strange. Okay, and the test suite finally started for job 2. Okay, great. And it only takes like, well, job 1 only took 17 seconds, so this one shouldn't take a much different amount of time. Okay, 16 seconds. And the whole thing passed in 3.5 minutes. Okay, so now I'm good with merging this. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is make it so that the logs stream automatically without us having to refresh. Um, but there's a problem. Right now, all the jobs appear in the same pane. It'd be kind of weird. Okay, I'll say it like this. Um, when the test output is streaming, we're going to want it to scroll up. You know, when you're in the terminal, you see the output going by from bottom to top. And so I want this to kind of simulate a terminal because it's logical. It goes from, as the output gets added, it adds to the bottom. And we want the newest stuff to be at the bottom. So we're going to want it to continually scroll up. But all the jobs are in the same pane. So that there's no way that that can make complete sense because we have stuff being added to job 1 and stuff being added to job 2. The only thing that could remotely make sense is to like splice it together as it's coming through, but that's weird too. So I think the only thing that really makes sense is to put job 1 and job 2 in different panes. Right now, this nav just scrolls you within the same pane. But I think I want to change this so that there's actually 2 separate panes. So let's see how we can accomplish that. And by the way, we'll want to do the same exact thing with the system logs. Okay, so I think there's like a test output.html.erb. Yeah. Okay, so right now we have a loop that goes through the jobs and it has this job container thing. Let's see what job container is all about. Okay. So if there's any content there, then it outputs this div. And apologies, I think my son just texted me. He says, "Is this bacon good?" As in edible. Let's take a look. What do you guys think? Does that look edible? No opinion?
And I can't see.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can't tell from the picture anyway.
Yeah. Around the side of caution, that's what I think.
Not in this household. Um, my wife is always asking me, like, is this still good? My answer is always, yeah. So, and nobody's gotten sick yet. Drop something on the floor, we just eat it. It's that kind of place. Um, anyway, so right now we're outputting this div, and I think we want, instead of like an anchor link, we want actually totally different pages. Okay. So let's see. We want like totally different routes for these two things. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking. How do I accomplish this? Let's see. Well, right now when we go to these tabs, how does that work? Is there something hard coded that says test output somewhere? Looks like it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so we have these nav items. And let's see how that's defined. Okay, we have this link to build detail content project build path. Okay. Okay, and I guess we want job routes inside of here. Let's look at the route file. Okay. So wait, test output. Oh, this is the API. Never mind. Where's this taking us? Build build detail content project build path. Okay. I think that corresponds to this. Okay, let's look at project build controller just to help paint the picture. Hmm. Um, okay. So we have the show template. Okay. Current tab name. Okay. Where does that come through? Is it in show? It is. Okay, so that's not great. Shame on me for making this unclear. So current tab name, show. I think we should do this. As a general rule, I like to pass values to partials explicitly rather than letting instance variables from the controller act as globals. Because when we don't have this, it's like, okay, I see current tab name here, but like, where is it going? Is it going into list? Is it going to show? Luckily, this view is like pretty simple, and so there's not a lot of places to have to check. But if there's more stuff there, it'd be worse. And this is easier to follow if we see that it goes there. So let's go here. And that goes from an instance variable to a local variable. Okay. And I'm just gonna manually check that. And it appears to be working. But I shall run my tests locally. And see if I just broke anything with what I did. Okay. And I've mentioned this before, but isn't it ironic that it only takes 15 seconds locally, but it takes, 3 minutes and 45 seconds on the CI platform? Obviously, eventually, if this got up to like half an hour, then we'd start seeing the benefits. And I'm not done optimizing this yet. Okay, anyway. Um, okay, what did we do? We like made the current tab name um hmm. Something I don't love about these warning sessions is I'm a lot dumber. Okay, so what did we do? Can you guys help me out? Like, how would you characterize this change?
Okay, by the change, you are referring to which bit, Jason?
Good question. The change of explicitly passing current tab name to the show template. Yeah, so that's maybe that gives us most of the answer there. Um, explicitly pass current tab name to show partial. Um, so that it's easier to understand where the value goes. There we go. Okay. Um, so we were here a minute ago. And what was I trying to, why did I come here? I think I came here just to see what's what. Okay. So right now we have like a build show page, and you can see in the URL bar here, we're at build blah, blah, blah / test output. Yeah, here's what we want to do. We want to do builds blah, blah, blah / jobs blah, blah, blah / test output. Yeah. Okay, sorry, my phone is just blowing up over here. Uh, he says, okay. Um, all right, and let's think a little bit more. We want this jobs path in here. But not for everything. We want it for system logs. We want it for test output. But I mean, events could go either way, I suppose. Test report. Yeah, I guess it would be fine just to do it that way for every single one. That would make the coding a lot simpler. Okay, so let's look at the route file. Okay. So in here, we'll want to do resources, jobs, show, create, destroy. I think we want only show. I'm going to keep this here for the moment because I want the things that are currently working to continue working. Okay. I don't know, I'll call it job detail content. Okay. And then in build show partial, we want these links not to go to a build, but we want them to go to a job. Yeah, so we don't want build detail content project build path. We want, and I'll have to grab this from routes. I'm not even sure what to grep for. I haven't done this in a long time, but let's see if I can do this. Job. Okay. Um, so it's not any of this API stuff. Oh, this looks like it could be it. Okay. Builds, jobs. Yeah, I think that's it. So can I copy out of here? Looks like maybe not, but it's job detail content project build job. That's a mouthful. Job detail content project build job. There it is. Okay. So what arguments does this need? Here we have build, project, build, and slug. Why do we have that? In the builds controller, we have, no, we don't have a slug. Params partial. Oh, okay. I guess that makes a partial param. Okay. I guess we need a project first of all, and then we need a job. We'll do build.jobs.first, and then we'll say slug. Okay, let's see what happens. Not surprisingly, we get an error. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the path suffix. Okay, no error this time, but there's no way that this is going to actually work. Yeah. Let's at least look at the URL. Builds, blah, 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 jobs. Oh, no, it doesn't have the job ID here. And it says system log / test output. That doesn't make sense. Okay, and what happens if I click on events? Job / events / test output. Yeah, so I think something is weird with our links here. Okay, build navigation. Man, so much of this has to change. I think instead of build navigation, I think maybe it should be called job navigation because that's what the destination is, but I'm not sure about that yet. Okay, but apparently this the URL that this is creating is bad. Let's take a look. Yeah, job/system/log/test output. That is not right. I don't understand. Oh, I know. Build. Yeah, it needs one more argument. Let's see if that's it. Yeah, that's it. See, now it says builds, ID, jobs, ID, system logs. Okay. And unsurprisingly, it says uninitialized constant jobs controller. So let's make the jobs controller exist. Okay. And yeah, okay. So I'm only going to make enough of a change to make the error message go away. Okay, no action show. We can just take this away from here and put it here instead. Okay, couldn't find build with ID, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we don't want params ID, we want params build ID. Okay, missing a template. Not surprising. We can move app views builds show to app views jobs show, but apparently the jobs folder doesn't exist. That makes sense. Okay, let's see what it says now. Okay, missing partial job system logs. Also not surprising. Whoops, after these builds. Okay, so we want to take system logs, test output, and test report and move all those to app views jobs. Oops. Okay, so we'll take system logs, test output, and test report, and we'll move all those to app views jobs. Okay, that worked. Okay, let's see what we get now. Okay, we get something. Okay. Events doesn't work for whatever reason. Test report does work and test output works. Oh, I think I know why events doesn't work. It's because I didn't copy it. All right, we'll wrap up in just a minute here. Okay. All right, so I'm curious. We have the job one thing here. Do we still get, yeah, job one and job two are still combined in the same pane. That's not surprising. Okay, so let's see how much of the test suite fails as a result of these changes that I just made. I see some failures. Okay, let's see what's happening. The action show could not be found for builds controller. Okay. I'm just gonna go through these tests one by one and address them individually. I'm guessing we have a lot of cases where the paths in the tests are not right. Okay, yeah, visiting the system logs page. So this path is not going to be that anymore. It's going to be something more like this. Okay, build up project, build. I guess we do build.jobs.first. System logs. Are we, sorry, this thing is, yeah. All right, are we explicitly creating any jobs in this test? No, so I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll see. Okay, interesting. No route matches, blah, blah, blah. Missing required keys ID. I'm guessing because build.jobs.first doesn't actually exist. So let's do this. Create job, build. And now that job will at least have that build will at least have a job. Okay, now the test passes. Okay, still something failing. Okay, it's this other one. Let's do this. Still fails. Let's see why. The action show could not be found for builds controller. Okay. Okay, so let's see. This one passes, is that right? Okay. And when we select a project, sets the select input to the project currently being visited. So it's talking about this, and I don't understand why that is failing. But maybe this is a good stopping point, and we can pick that up next time. Okay, I'll say I don't understand why this test is failing. Okay. All right, so let's briefly review what we did here. We fixed the bug with test output, so now that is working. And then we started down the path of having separate panes for each of the jobs. And we changed the nav, and the nav is working. But in the process of changing the nav, now the code is at odds with the tests, and now we have to fix the tests before we can proceed. So that's kind of where we're at. All right. Well, thanks as always, guys, for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.